It's the jewel in the Formula One crown. That's right, it's Monaco. Sun, sea, glorious sunshine, it has to be the Monaco Grand Prix. We have all of the lights lit here in Monaco. And the races go. Felipe Massa's made a good start there. And oh my goodness me, there's carnage at the start. There's carnage on the way down to Sandoval. Oh my goodness me, Massa's gone back out into the field. They're all swarming around. Webber, I can see damage. Remy, Kobayashi, Massa, Webber, all involved in that one. There's also a Lotus there with damage, and the safety car is out. The safety car has been deployed. And Massa just about. Kobayashi is very slow. He's got no front wing at all. He's having to take it very easily. In fact, he's falling away from the others, despite the fact it's a safety car period. So I'm just trying to work out who's got damage. Buemi has, Kobayashi has, Massa has, Webber certainly has. He's out of the race quite clearly. His wheel's missing from the Red Bull. Kobayashi really struggling to make it round these corners, despite the fact it's a safety car and they're running at reduced speed. He's through the tunnel for the first time. There's this train following Kobayashi. He's very slow, and Massa almost rear-ending the Sauber. Such is the speed of the Ferrari compared to the Sauber with the broken front wing. Massa really struggling not to pass Camus, which is saying something because it is Monaco after all. Surely Kobayashi is going to pit. There's actually another big gap behind them. There are a few pockets of gaps. Sebastian Buemi damaged front wing, so he's falling behind as well, and Kobayashi pits. And this allows Massa and Di Resta behind him to try and catch up to the rest of the field. Yellow flag, of course, and Massa cutting Sandoval quite a bit. Unless there's debris on the outside, I didn't quite see any. Through Massenet, top of the hill. Let's try and look to see the others. No sign of them yet, but crazy, the pace of Kobayashi was appalling. And here's a replay of the start. This is what I was actually looking for. So let's have a look and see just what happens here. Massa goes to great start. Oh, he tries to avoid Hamilton, touches Webber, spins round, and everyone seems to crash trying to avoid him. And Maldonado also with no front wing. There's another one for you. Quite a few drivers with damaged cars at the moment. But back onto the road. And Massa still pushing through that Nivel chicane. But damage, there's lots of damage to that front wing. So he's not going to be front running pace. But he's got to put his foot down as much as he can. Don't forget, there is a minimum time that he must complete behind the safety car, otherwise you get a penalty. Yes, it seems to be right on the edge of that. Round towards Sandoval once again. I think there is debris on the outside because Massa avoiding the outside of the track, and he's caught the rest of the field up. So Felipe Massa finally seeing Adrian Sutil ahead of him, for once a welcome sight. Meaning you're stuck in a train. Sergio Perez is ahead of the Force India. Di Resta's now caught up to the train in the other Force India. So this is a problem moment for Massa because he's now surrounded by good condition cars, and Di Resta stopped at the hairpin. I think Massa must have made a mistake there, but suddenly the gap between himself and Adrian Sutil ahead suddenly grew, unless he messed up the hairpin completely. I don't know. Couldn't quite see it on that camera angle. Avid weaving. And the safety car is in this lap. Safety car. And Massa didn't hit the wall then. Bizarre from Felipe Massa. And the fuel levels will now go up. The fuel mixtures all the way to maximum for the restart. Tyres will have been saved, fuel will have been saved, so there'll be no real fuel concerns for the remainder of the race, I think. And there is the welcome green flag at La Rascasse, and the first safety car line is there. They've just passed it, and we're racing again here in Monaco. We finally get underway. No DRS yet, of course. Sebastian Vettel continues to lead the Monaco Grand Prix. Massa already attacking Adrian Sutil. What can he do? Up the hill to Massenet. Sutil blocking one way and then the next. You could argue that's his racing line. Massa locking up a little bit. Having a look at every corner, he almost rear ends the Force India. This is the battle. Sebastian Vettel is currently pulling very, very quickly away from Lewis Hamilton in second place. And here comes Felipe Massa. And he hasn't quite done it. But now he's going to have a look at Portier. Yes, he's done it. He's ahead of the Force India. So next up on his hit list is Sergio Perez in the Sauber. Through the tunnel for the first time at full racing speed during this race. And on to the inside of the Mexican. And no room to get past there, Felipe. You'll have to try again later on. So, through Tabac and into the swimming pool, part 1. And then swimming pool part 2. Massa has a look at the Sauber. And again, no room to pass there. And will he hold back? And, well, he can't use the DRS yet, can he? So he doesn't need to hold back. He has a look into the final corner, but no room to pass there. Along the start-finish straight, one of your best overtaking opportunities lies ahead, and Massa takes full advantage. Sergio Perez looks asleep there as Massa sails up the inside and takes the place. And there's a sign of the carnage. That was Rubens Barrichello ahead of his fellow Brazilian. How's this one going to play out? Oh, very nearly contact between Massa and Barrichello there. Massa pursuing relentlessly. Pursuing Rubens Barrichello. He's going to pull the same move that he did on Adrian Sutil, but Barrichello's having none of it. And still having none of it. And look at this between those two. Massa's going on the inside in the tunnel. Brave stuff there. He grazes the wall, but Massa has got the place. Fantastic stuff from Felipe Massa so far in this race, despite being involved in the first, well, it wasn't even the first corner melee. He's got Michael Schumacher ahead of him. The German, well, just a shadow of his former career, and Massa has to cut the chicane. Michael very firm in defence, possibly a little bit too firm as usual. Rubens Barrichello hasn't forgotten the Hungaroring in 2010. So Massa now with the DRS. It's the first lap. So first time down here this race with the DRS, and look at the way Massa has closed up on Michael Schumacher along that straight. He got a very poor exit from the final corner, and now is all over that Mercedes, which has a much better straight line speed than the Ferrari. Can Felipe Massa find a way through? He's looking all over the place. He's going to the outside of Mirabeau. There was no way he was going to get through there, and very nearly ends up in the wall. Following Michael Schumacher around the hairpin. And now he's going to have a look at Portier. Michael Schumacher crashed here in 1996, and Massa has the place. A corner then that hasn't been kind to the German. Great stuff from Felipe Massa. He's got the Lotus Renaults ahead of him. Can he get past the first one? No, is the answer. Don't forget, this is Monaco, so I'm not entirely surprised. But he can't get past Nick Heidfeld, is that? Not quite. Yes, Nick Heidfeld. He's swarming around, but the DRS zone awaits. If Massa uses his head, he backs out of the move pretty early. Oh no, it's in the pits. Heidfeld just about avoiding a crash in the pits. And Schumacher's in as well. Now Massa's going to have to change that damaged nose. Sorry, Massa's going to have to change that broken nose. My apologies for that. The decent stop there from the Ferrari mechanics, who stays ahead of Schumacher, but he's lost lots of ground to Nick Heidfeld. Nick Heidfeld there, you can see in the shot ahead of Felipe Massa. But Schumacher's lost ground to Barrichello, and oh, Jarno Trulli nearly wiping out the Ferrari. He leaves the pits. Can he get ahead of Jarno Trulli? That was critical, and Massa falls behind the Lotus. He's got to find a way past the considerably slower Lotus. He's having a look on practically every corner, heading down towards Mirabeau now. Massa clearly the quicker of the two. And now towards the Lowe's hairpin. Still nothing. Still pursuing the Lotus. And heading towards the tunnel. Has he done it? I can't see. I can't tell you if he's done it or not. Yes, he has. He's done it at Portier. Great stuff from Felipe Massa. And through the Nouvelle Chicane now. On towards Tabac, where Martin Rodman had that massive crash in 1984. And there we go, the picture's back. So Massa can now, well, he has to pass Nick Heidfeld all over again. Which means there's probably plenty of groaning on the Ferrari pit wall. Well, the first attack by Massa on Heidfeld didn't work, but Massa now has a proper... Oh! A passing Vitaly Petrov, nearly ending in disaster. But he comes out ahead, and Nico Rosberg very nearly losing a place, and also very nearly losing half his car defending that. So now Heidfeld has a big buffer of the Mercedes of Nico Rosberg, who's lost out during the stops. And now he's going to lose out again because Felipe Massa coming down the inside into Mirabeau. And he's done it. Felipe Massa now back up to Nick Heidfeld, and that's Fernando Alonso ahead of them. And through at Portier. No. Can Massa do it? Yes, he's done it. Felipe Massa really seems to be passing a lot of people at Portier. But he's now behind Fernando Alonso. But Massa is the quicker of the pair of them. Will they be allowed to race? Will Alonso move over? Will there be a Felipe is faster than you? Which I'm sure is something everybody wants to see. Unless you're an Alonso fan. Ferrari jokes coming in aplenty, and Massa swarming all over Alonso. Doesn't seem to want to give him any room. And now Massa Alonso makes it easy. He's obviously been told Felipe is quicker. Can he confirm that message? And another car exiting the pits nearly gets wiped out. So now just one McLaren stands between Massa and the race leader Sebastian Vettel, who is yet to stop. No, sorry, two McLarens, Button and Hamilton. It's my mistake, I couldn't see. Oh no, it is just Lewis Hamilton. It's obviously a back marker I can see. Or just my eyes playing up, I'm not entirely sure which. So it's through the tunnel now. Massa really gaining on Lewis Hamilton very, very quickly indeed. Lewis Hamilton won here, of course, in 2008, denying Massa the victory by having a puncture. Not Massa having the puncture, Lewis having the puncture. But now Massa has the upper hand and very nearly taking them both out at Tabac. Massa getting sideways through the swimming pool and cutting the second part of the swimming pool. Now will he wait for the DRS? No, he's going to really push it. He's already in the DRS zone, isn't he? I keep forgetting. Now Massa with that rear wing opened. What can he do? Can he pass the McLaren? And there's a bang like that's Sebastian Buemi in the way, and Felipe Massa gets boxed in, and Hamilton regains the position. Massa gets boxed in again behind the Toro Rosso. Hamilton taking full advantage of that, not only regains the place but also extends the lead a little bit. Sebastian Buemi now holding up Fernando Alonso, who seems to be more angry than Felipe Massa. Massa now plenty of rage in the driving, as Buemi still won't give way to the train of cars behind him. But we must focus on the Massa-Hamilton fight. Will they collide again? Well, it's only a matter of time, isn't it? Massa pursuing through the tunnel. What can he do? Can he pass Lewis Hamilton around the outside into the Nouvelle Chicane? Be impressive if he does, and he has done it. Right around the outside of Lewis Hamilton into the first part of the chicane, and now he can set off after race leader Sebastian Vettel. But Hamilton's fighting back already. Hamilton will not take this line down, his old rival Felipe Massa in the Ferrari, and Hamilton will have the DRS. Massa needs a good exit from the Anthony Node corner at this one here. Has he got a good exit? Yes. Hamilton opens the DRS. Hamilton closing, but not enough. And Massa consolidates the position. Up the hill now, Beau Rivage into Massa now. Around to Casino Square. Massa now hunting down Sebastian Vettel, who is still yet to stop. Round the hairpin now. One of the most iconic shots in Formula 1. The slowest corner on the calendar, the hairpin. No surprise really. It's in Monaco. Where else would it be? Down to the Nouvelle chicane, where plenty of drivers came unstuck in practice, including Nico Rosberg, who had a big accident there in practice. Around the swimming pool. Left, right, left. And into La Rascasse. A famous spot for Ferrari fans and Ferrari haters as well. And now onto the start-finish straight, which is about as straight as a banana. And still, Vettel is yet to pit. It's incredible. How is he making? He's been on the super soft tyres as well. Everybody else has stopped. Vettel, super soft tyres, has managed to keep them going for considerably longer than anyone else. How is he doing this? Has he got sort of a set of tyres underneath a set of tyres, or has he been changing them on the move or something? It's incredible. Felipe Massa, speed is incredible, fastest lap of the race by quite a considerable margin. And through the tunnel once again. We enter a lull in the race, which will inevitably boil up to a finish. I'm sure of it. In fact, I'm willing to bet a fiver that this will be an exciting finish. Everybody's finished the first round of stops, and now we start gearing up for round two, towards the end of the race when the tyres start to go off. And Massa, surely his rivals will think those tyres are going to be finished in a couple of laps, because this searing pace of Felipe Massa can't be maintained forever. It's another fastest lap from Felipe Massa. Speed of that Ferrari around here, just incredible. Alonso not able to match his teammate for the first time in quite a long while. Around the Casino Square, the marbles beginning to build up offline to make overtaking even more tricky and treacherous, and Felipe Massa makes a mistake at Mirabeau, locking up. That will cost him a little bit of time to the race leader Sebastian Vettel. We'll be glad to see that Felipe is making mistakes. Felipe taking a lot of curb through the Portier. Now round the tunnel once again. And Felipe, just look at the lockups that have obviously been going into the Nouvelle chicane so far this weekend. Plenty of drivers getting it slightly wrong there. And now swimming pool, pot, and oh, and he takes a bollard out. Felipe Massa just taken a bollard. And I'm trying to wait for a shot where I can see the front wing. Has there been any front wing damage? The Red Bull mechanics and the Ferrari mechanics will be looking, and I can't see any significant damage at all. So a huge sigh of relief at Ferrari and a massive groan at Red Bull. We enter slowly towards the end of the race. Oh, a lock up from Felipe Massa. Have his tyres gone on? The tyres look like they've gone off. Has he still got any life in the tyres? We're about to find out. Felipe Massa really struggling at Mirabeau now. He's coming up to Tonio Liuzzi in the HRT. He's about to be lapped. well, has been lapped, but now about to be lapped by the man in second place as well. And does he? Yes, he finally gives way on the entry to the tunnel. And that was a bit of front wing from Massa's car. Massa has broken his front wing. I think I just saw some front wing come off the car. Yes, Massa's front wing broken in the tunnel. He just clipped the wall a little bit harder than he had on the previous lap, and that's caused, well, a sizable chunk of the front wing to go. That's going to cause major problems, and it already has done as he cuts the second part of the swimming pool chicane. There's going to be less front downforce, less grip, more tyre wear. It's a nightmare scenario for Felipe Massa as Vettel pits. And Felipe Massa takes the lead from the Red Bull. And is seriously... Oh, and a lock up into Sander Vogt. Antonio Liuzzi is keeping pace with the Ferrari now that Massa's tyres have gone off. Now you can see where he locks up on the previous lap. Massa's struggling, wheel spin everywhere. The car is an entirely different piece. Massa very close to the wall on the exit of the Casino Square. And Massa goes off at the Mirabeau corner. The poor old cameraman in your foreground has completely missed that one. Massa having to reverse. That's going to annihilate his lead. And Lewis Hamilton, he's got to keep going as quickly as he can. And there is Lewis Hamilton right behind the Ferrari now. Felipe Massa's tyres have completely gone off. There is Fernando Alonso as well in the fray now for a podium and possibly a couple of more places, because, oh, Massa's tyres are completely gone now. That searing pace earlier on in the race has cost him as he hits the wall at the exit of the tunnel again. There'll be no sidewall left for that tyre at all by the end of the race. But what can Felipe Massa do in the remaining stages of the race? Can he hold on to the win? Massa sliding all over. Oh, he's sideways through the swimming pool. Part 1. That is a scary place to end up. And Massa takes the replacement bollard out. No, it was Lewis Hamilton, sorry. No damage as far as I can see. Oh, Massa really sideways. He has no traction at all. Unbelievable how Massa is just keeping his lead as we start the final lap. Oh, Massa. Vettel's now joined the train. Such is his pace compared to Massa's. Massa with no grip remaining at all. And now Lewis Hamilton on the outside into Casino Square. He's got no room to go through there. He'd end up on the marbles anyway, and that gives a chance to Fernando Alonso coming into Mirabeau, but Hamilton shuts the door. Now into the Lowe's hairpin. What can be done? A low, big sideways moment for Felipe Massa. Huge bit of sideways action. He has no traction left in the tyres. He's struggling on every corner now, and the tunnel is not a place to get sideways. The Massa scrapes the wall again. He doesn't care anymore. He just wants the win, and well, he's prepared to bend his car a little bit to get it. Hamilton, Alonso and Vettel right behind him, all ready to pick up the pieces of any mistake that Felipe makes. No sideways action through the first part of the swimming pool, which is good news for Felipe fans. Everybody's so close to him. Surely this is like the Monaco Grand Prix in 1992. Hamilton can't get through on the final corner. It's going to be Felipe Massa's first Monaco Grand Prix victory in the Principality. Massa wins from Hamilton, Alonso, Vettel, Heidfeld, Button, Rosberg, Petrov, Schumacher, Perez, Barrichello, Sutil, Paul Di Resta, Jaime Alguersuari, Kamui Kobayashi, Jarno Trulli, Narain Karthikeyan, Pastor Maldonado, Heikki Kovalainen, Timo Glock, Antonio Liuzzi, Jerome D'Ambrosio, Sebastian Buemi a lap down, and Mark Webber failing to even get to the first corner.